horrendous. It just, at the moment, it looks horrendous. Absolutely atrocious. That looks dodgy as hell. Yeah, they're good fixings he's done anyway, look. Unbelievable. That is probably some of the worst standard plumbing I've ever seen. Ever. So welcome back, YouTube. Now, I've been a plumber now for 20 years. I can safely say this is probably by far some of the worst work I've seen a plumber get paid for. I don't even think you call him a plumber, to be honest with you. So this customer phoned me up after they had a plumber in to do a couple of radiators in the kitchen and some other plumbing work as part of a kitchen renovation. They wasn't happy with the standard of the work, so they asked me for a quote. Now, when I first turned up the quote, I honestly thought that it was a temporary hookup, just to, get them by. I was like, no, that's how we left it. We paid him to do that. It's unbelievable. It really is. So I'll see how the plumber piped it up and how we're going to rectify the situation. Let me know if you would have done it another way as well. So thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, and more importantly, subscribe. Subscription is free. All you do is click a button and it really helps me out. So let's take a look at this week's work. So here's what we're sorting out. Got a nice little radiator here. And this is how the plumber plumbed it in. I mean, right on the floor there, maybe. That looks dodgy as hell. That even the worst one. 10 mils across to there. And that's how they've piped it up. That is horrendous. Don't forget, they've paid the plumber to fit this. Alright. Also this one. That is absolutely atrocious. Atrocious. So if you go through here, this is what they connect onto. Not the best. It's 110mm feed and splits off to the two. Nothing I can do about that. I'm here to try and neaten this up and make it look half decent. It just, at the moment, it looks horrendous. So someone's actually been paid to do that. Unbelievable. That is probably some of the worst standard plumbing I've ever seen. Ever. Anyway, I'm going to drain it down from this radiator, so I'll drain off. See what we can do. So what we're going to do is take this valve out and get an house pipe on. Just make up a connection here. So if I open up the TRV, there we go. That should start draining it down there to outside. Right, so I've all drained down. It's a good job putting a rubber sheet down because I sleep with the bucket and it just went everywhere. Rubber sheet now, really good. I can just wipe that down. Absolutely fine. First thing we'll do is get the radiator off. So a screw there, screw down there, basically under the screws, and the radiator will just come off the wall. There you go, radiator off. What's way the best, is it? Black as the ace of spades. So yeah, then just screw into the top. I mean, they're good fixings he's done anyway, look. Let's get these out. Now the rod's out the way, I'm going to start marking where I want the level. So 4 inch for the skirting, 1.5 inch for the pipe work, 2 inch for the valve. Then from the bottom of the rad to this bracket here, it's 4 inches. So there. So we're bringing it up like that. That's a good distance to bring it up. I should be able to bring it through and straight in. So I managed to get some pretty solid fixings on that. It is a solid wall, so I don't know why them were all over the place, but I have actually hid it from the markings you see now. So I'm thinking if I get the top of the rad to cover that, it will look better. So just going to put the radiator back on now, and I don't know if you noticed before, the screws on the top. That's just easier to install. I've put them on the bottom. It's harder to do afterwards, but it will look a million times better. It really will. So screws at the bottom, bit of filler on them. Yep, that's good. My hands are dirty, look at that. Give the walls a wipe and get his radiator hung. we go. Got a line up at the bottom as well. There we go. Sorted. Try and get these in there. Just off. I need to twist that. And just off sometimes get a screwdriver. Put it in the hole. And just move it around. It'll line back up then. Try and get it on camera, but you will see it. You'll understand what I mean if you try it. Does that look better than seeing the screw on the top? Lots better. Right, you should see what I mean now. You can see how the hole isn't lined up. Right, screwdriver. Pop it in there. You can just turn it. There you go. That's in line now. You should be able to screw your screw in. I'm sorry for the angle work, but that's the best angle I could get to show you that. I'm just putting the valves in. It's a good tool to get radiator wrench. So just go around the pipe like that. You're making a scratchy. Pressure spanner. There we go. Sorted. That's just off the paste. I can clean that off in a minute. Right, now, here comes the awkward part. This is the awkward part. I've got to try and get two 15mm onto the 10mm that's underneath that cupboard. Now they said, I've got to cut it. I said, if it don't look right, I'll just get a new end panel and get the kitchen fitter just to cut round it, but I will do my best. I will. It's got to go underneath the kickboard as well. It's going to be fun. So that's where they come out at the moment. So I could cut this out. Two 15mm coming out straight into the rod. Just chop them out for now, I suppose. Just get the multi-tool, cut that, get under there, cut them, and that is still dripping. It's been like that now for 2 hours. Let's do me in. So you can see I've got a clip in, but it's not in line with that hole. It's because I can't really see it, but I can't go much higher with that because I'll be hitting that. But that line there is the skirting, so I'm going to try and do some 45, so it just brings it above the skirting. Now they will have a problem here putting skirting on, but if I run that straight, they ain't getting the skirting on at all. So I'm going to see if I can bend some 45s, and I've just multi-tooled these off, cut these further back, and then I could just connect straight onto these with some adapters. There you go, just pull a couple of kicks on, and that should go down there and kick back up above the screen. I do like bending. First time every time. I pulled that one way too much. I did. I should have measured it. I was just eyeballing it. So for a little kick like that, where's my benders? I just took it to that mark there, then turn it round, put it right against the guide, and pull it the other way. I think it's done all right there, Dave. So yeah, above the skirting, and now we can come straight into the valve. I don't think I'm going to be able to bend the pipe down. We'll see. I'm going to put a drain off in there. Do I? Yeah, I'm going to put a drain off in, because other than that, I've got no way to drain it, so I might put the drain off in. I don't know yet. That's why I did it that short, because I thought I'll put a drain off in somewhere. So let's get connected up here first, then it don't matter what it looks like underneath there. It really don't. I can do what I want underneath there. It's here. It's got to look neat and tidy. So yeah, let's get that sorted. Oh, black clips. White and side black. I just thought it'd look better. Well, that's what I thought anyway. Right. So a couple of inserts in there. Now, get them connected up. That's how you connect onto them. I don't think I'm going to get much of this back on, but probably able to get it back onto about there. Just a bit of trunking. So if I cut it there, yeah, I should be able to get a bit of it back on. So I've had to cut the wire back to there, so it's got the slope to come back into there. So they have nice and supported, and it does go through the trunking all the way there, so there we go. That's one mess sorted out. All we've got to do now is sort this mess out. It's going to be fun. Right, so I've just started off by putting my clips in, and what I'm thinking about is bending a bit of pipe. You see the mark there? That's the skirting, so bending a bit of pipe so it comes down. Come on. Come on. There we go. You get the idea. So it goes underneath there and it all connects up. So a couple of bends on that. That mark there is where the washing machine starts. So yeah, you can see none of that. So it'll come on across there. And I've just lined the clips up with the brackets and just made sure there's evenly spaced. So we should have enough room for the skirting, tuck down underneath there and connect onto there. So the uplift I want on that is about 60mm. So I'll just pull the bend here to the second mark here. I've marked 60mm from where, try and get this a bit better, where the bend ends to there, about right. Ain't too bad there, aren't we, eh? Yeah, better this bending malarkey. I am going to have to do a few videos on the Monument Masters. Yeah, I am enjoying using them. Working in absolute chaos again, but hey ho. Right, so that one's going to have to come up to the top. That one into the bottom is pretty straightforward. Let's get them connected onto here first. So I'm just going to bend a bit of an angle. Just like that. Just mark that. And that should fit into there. Right, a wee pipe. About there. There we go. Let's cut that down. And that is how that one's going to end up. So the kick into there. I've got to adjust that one because it has to come out a little bit. You can see there it's how it lined up, but quickly adjust them and yeah. Just to finish it off, I'm just going to cut the 10mm and get it in the pipe. I know these push fit, it's what I bought for me to the job. I thought it was all plastic. I couldn't see behind here before I did the job, so yeah, that's what I've got to connect onto. So let's cut them, get them connected. If you are using push fit to connect onto, right, what you should do is clean the pipe. Plumber Dave and bother cleaning the pipe. Now, they did say they're spooling back 4 or 5 times because he kept having leaks with these joints and them joints. You need clean pipe to go on to push fit because it locks on the pipe, bit of paint. Yeah, make sure you clean them. So them are cleaned. They've just got to be pushed into there, and that is that connected up to there. You won't even see that. Before I fill up, I'm going to tidy all that up. Lock this radiator off because I'm going to put some filter, something in between. I'm trying to show you. See all these scuffs? It's where the plumbers use grips. I mean, you've seen the pipe work. Do you think it's really going to give a crap about using grips on chrome? Yeah, he banjoed that one, but yeah, scratched all that. There's people out there getting paid to this type of work. It's unbelievable. How steady is your hand? Ooh, here we go. Go on, don't spill now. Ah, oh, that's it. Ruined it. Spilt a bit. I always challenge myself. Can you get it all in as quick as you can without spilling any? I know. I get bored working on my own. There we go. Right, so if we don't have no leaks on the pipe work, I can open up rad up and the inhibitor will circulate round. Then there is a reason that I use AD. I do like the products AD, I do. But I've seen the experiments where they do like a brand inhibitor, like AD, Fernox, Sentinel, against the cheaper one. And the cheaper one, the metal's actually corroded anyway. The ones that had AD in it, because AD did the test and showed me. The ones that had AD in it, sorry, I'm just tightening that up. The ones that had AD in it didn't corrode. The ones that didn't, or the cheaper inhibitor, it's got 4 or 5 quid a tub, the metal's just corroded. So now, for the sake of what, saving 5 or 6 quid, I'll just go for name products. That's why you always see me with that. 9 times out of 10, you'll see me with that. So, right, let's go fill up and pray for no leaks. So a quick one down of how it finished up. You see there, that hides that plastic at the top. Just come across here, took into consideration the skirting, which obviously the last plumber didn't. Dipping down, drain off if needed, then connecting onto the plastic there. And for this one, I said from there onwards you're not going to see. So I've just brought it the same into the radiator as the other one, bending it down and connecting onto the 10mm there. So yeah, I'll say that one is going to look. I think that looks a damn sight better than what it did. So I can't. When I first walked into this and I seen it, I just could not believe it. When they said we've paid a plumber to do that, I was like, where did he eat his horse outside? It's unbelievable, man. There's just people out there running around doing work like that, and unfortunately, it's probably cost the customer double for me to come back and sort it out. But some people might say I'm expensive. Well, go with the cheaper quote. So you get on with that. Obviously, I didn't quote this to start with. They just got somebody in and they've had to get me in to help them out. It's not the first time it's happened. Won't be the last that I've had to clean up somebody else's crap plumbing. So, just one of them, mate. Right, we'll go. There's a Vogue. Sulfur loop. Yep, there. And there, do you know how many call outs I've had? Because people top the pressure up, then forget to turn that one off. And so I've got no hot water coming out the top. Yeah, you gotta make sure you turn that back off. There we go. Alright, see if we get on. It's all filled up. I'm just gonna open the radiator. Just got the inhibitor in. I'll let that circulate a bit. There we go. Let's get the air out of that. Right, all them are getting lovely and warm now. I've all tidied up, and yeah, I think once that unit's there, looks a lot better than what it did. Sorted.